त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणम् त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेव Loving Father, I'm your child. Guide my words. Narayani, Namostute. Narayani, Namostute. Narayani, Namostute. If we contemplate on our life so far, and we really look back at our life, and if I ask you, was there a period of time when you felt absolutely secure, absolutely carefree, absolutely secure? Then there is no doubt that all of us will remember our childhood days. That's when we felt absolutely secure, playing with, a carefree attitude, prancing about, playing about under the refuge of our parents. We had nothing to worry. Maybe we hadn't even started school. Go back to that time. Just playing around happily, not worried about a thing, totally carefree, totally secure, under the refuge of our parents. After that period, maybe that degree of security we've never experienced. That degree of security we've never experienced after that. We started school, then we had to worry about our homework. Then, we started taking things in our own hands and, this and that. And now there is no, I don't want to say there is no security, but that degree of security is lost. You see, attachment is truly our true nature. Because being attached, we feel a sense of security. And that degree of security was only when we were completely attached to our parents. That is our true nature. Being totally, completely attached to our father and our mother. When I say our father and our mother, I'm not just saying biological father and mother. I'm saying our true father, our true mother. When we are connected with the source, when we are connected with our source, is when we feel a degree of security that words cannot describe. That is our true nature. To be so deeply connected with our source that we feel a sense of refuge, a sense of carefree living, effortless living, a sense of deep, deep security is only when we are deeply connected. So connected that we don't even exist. So connected that this sense of individual existence doesn't even exist. All there is the glory of our father and mother, are our parents. Because you see, a child's world is parents. If you look at a 2-year-old, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, his entire life, his entire world are his parents, his father, his mother. That's the world. And that is the stage in life when the child feels total sense of security, a deep, complete sense of security, because the entire world is nothing but the father and mother. That is our natural state, being totally attached, being totally embedded in our source. That source we could call our loving father, we could call our beloved mother, or we could call our father and mother, our parents, Jagat Pita Parmeshwar, Jagat Mata. That connection is the only source of security. So the antidote to attachment is attachment. Just the place you attach changes. But you see, as the child grows, the security that he derives from his parents now starts shifting to toys, to friends, to girlfriends, to boyfriends, to spouses, to their own children, to their extended family, to their profession. You see, we started off with a deep, deep sense of security, and then we wander away in the world. We first attach to the toys. All our security is in a sense of toys, is the toys. We start teaching kids, oh no, you gotta share, you gotta share. Sharing is caring, share, share, share. But the child is deriving a deep sense of security from the toys. That's why it's so difficult for a child to let go of the toys and give it to someone else. The parents are constantly chanting, sharing is caring, sharing is caring. But the child is like, no, this is my sense of security. Oh, sharing is caring, give it away, share your toys. Because the parents, they want to teach. Sharing is caring. They never see from the perspective of a child that the child is attached to those toys. We instantly label, oh, this child, oh my God, he's so possessive. He doesn't share his toys with others. Well, have you ever taken a moment to realize why he's doing that? Because there is a sense of possessiveness. There is a sense of security that the child is deriving from possessiveness. Similarly, as the child grows, he graduates from the toys. Now his sense of security is in his friend circle. Oh, these are my friends. And then, we as those teenagers or those 8, 9, 10-year-old kids, oh, he's my friend. I can't share my friend with others. No, he's my friend. He's my best friend. So you see, there is a sense of possessiveness. These are my friends because there is a certain sense of security I'm deriving from my friend circle. Then we graduate that. And then from among those friends, we find one person, a girlfriend or a boyfriend. He's mine. I'm yours. You're mine. You listen to me, I listen to you. You look into my eyes, I look into your eyes. Then the sense of security, you see, the search for the sense of security, the search for the security is still ongoing. Initially in toys, in friends, now girlfriend and boyfriend. You see, this is how that space is being filled. Then you look for a spouse. Well, let's say you get married. Then, oh my God, you just become like a parasite, emotional parasite. You're deriving all your emotional support from your spouse now till you have kids. Then that sense of emotional security is split between the spouse and the kids. Sometimes it's split three ways between a pet, children, and spouse. But you see, now the spouse starts discovering his or her own life, midlife crisis. The children are growing up. They are now getting into their toys and their friends. Now comes the pet. Oh my God, my pet. Let's get another one. Now you have two or three more pets. That's your security. And then, again, you rediscover friends because now you've come to a conclusion. Spouses has no time. They've been there, done that. Children, no, they have their own life. Let me find some friends. Classic midlife crisis. Let me find some friends. Let me find it. What am I doing in my career? Where am I in my career? And then, all these old groups on WhatsApp start forming, old school groups. You see the cyclical nature of life. Then you're again looking for comfort in your old friends. Oh, how have you been? Well, where have you been? You've been busy in your spouse, in your children, in your pets. All that, you have been there, you have done that. Now let me search for the sense of security in, again, my school friends. Then a new cycle begins with the school friends. Then, you start developing this bond with some new school friends. And then again, there is another cycle, but you see this eternal search for security. The blank is getting filled with different people, sometimes things, but eventually it's never filled. You keep on hopping from person to person to person to person, to groups, to groups, to groups, to groups, to things, to things, to things, to things. But this sense of security, you're searching in a world, in a platform that's ever changing. Those stages that are circular. Sometimes one set comes, sometimes another set comes, sometimes different set of people come in different costumes. It's like that. Your search will go on, it's eternal. Because where you're searching, that world it keeps changing. There's a book by Enid Blyton. There's a series. It's called The Magic Faraway Tree. My son was reading that, and it's about this magical tree. And on the top of that tree, it's like a platform that keeps changing. Sometimes the world of candy comes. Sometimes the world of upside down comes. Everything is upside down. And there are these three kids that keep going up the magic faraway tree. And then they're curious to see, oh, what world is here? And then they get caught up in the world, and sometimes they get lost in the world and how they come back. The whole book is about that. It's like that. We're searching for that sense of security in these different platforms. But you see, the true sense of security is only coming back or being completely attached to your source. So much so that you're embedded in it. You're so embedded, deeply embedded in it, you're lost. You don't even exist. What exists? All that exists is your world, which is your father and your mother. Or just your father or just your mother. Father's compassion is mother. So the true sense of security is deep attachment to your source. So this word, moh or attachment, if you ask me, is our true nature. What we are attached to is what differentiates whether we are deriving the deep sense of security or not. If you're attached to people, if you're attached to WhatsApp groups, if you're attached to anything other than your source, there will be a lack of security. You attach to the source, you embed yourself in that source, you go so deep in that source that you don't even exist. Then all that remains is your father, your mother, lovingly taking care of everything. Life becomes effortless. Solitude becomes bliss. Companies, a company of people makes you lonely because you're now detached. And that brings me to that example that Swami talked about. Our loving father talked about. He said a sage was meditating in the cave, and this person goes and asks the sage, "Man, don't you feel lonely in this cave?" And the sage answers, "Now that you're here, I feel lonely because I have to detach from my mother, from my father, and I have to talk to you. Now that you're here, I feel lonely." And from this attachment, because you see, you are attaching to things, to people, to your ideologies, to your ideas, to your mental constructs, to your beliefs, because you gain a certain amount of security from it, whether it's spiritual security, emotional, physical, financial, name any kind of security you want. You can put any adjective. All this, the world is unable to give you. You know, a teenager attaches deeply to his girlfriend or boyfriend because, you know, teenage years are when the surge of emotions becomes a tsunami. They don't know what the hell to do with their emotions because they're so high, which is why teenagers fall in love, because only in love, only in a boyfriend or a girlfriend, they derive that place to bank their emotions. Finally, I have some place where I can anchor my emotions. They're looking for that. The parents are not able to give it because the parents are, their nose is so high up in the clouds. You don't know a thing. We had experienced the world. Let me tell you how it's done. What the parents need to do in the teenage years is to give so much emotional support that the children don't need an anchor outside. Lack of an anchor where they could bank their emotional surge makes them look outside, makes them seek outside. But you see, that girlfriend or boyfriend is also going through emotional surge. They're also going through this emotional turmoil within. For some time, they might bank on this person, but eventually they might be, oh, there's a better anchor out there. Let me go seek that other guy. And then comes jealousy. So jealousy directly stems from attachment. You are attached to something, hoping you will derive a deep sense of security, but that thing you're attached to, that person you're attached to, is ever changing. Is ever changing. They were initially banking on you for their emotional support, but now they have found something higher, something better. They're going to be attached to the other person naturally. And then starts jealousy in you. Whoa, wait a second. I'm banking on this person. He can't be shared by anyone. That's all mine. But that deep sense of security is only and only and only achieved, experienced when you're connected to your source, not the source, your source. When we turn inward, when we attach to that which is within us, solitude becomes bliss. Because then you're just with the source. अकेले हैं तो क्या गम है, चाहे तो हमारी बस में क्या नहीं, बस एक जरा साथ हो तेरा, तेरे तो है हम कब से सनम. You see, the Atma, the source, the father, the beloved mother is saying, तेरे तो हैं हम कब से सनम. I've always been here. You're the one looking outside. I'm here, the pillar of support, the ultimate refuge, and you're looking outside. So, what's the antidote for more, for attachment? The antidote is attachment itself. To detach from something lower, you got to attach to something higher. What better to attach than your own source? But you see, all our life, we were never trained to attach to our source. So it's not with the snap of a finger that we're going to learn. Whatever be our profession, we spent 17, 18 years studying, going to school, toiling, so we could be a professional. We could be whatever the job demands. So how do you expect that in a day or in just like a 30-minute session, oh, now that's it, now I'm attached to the source? There is a school, the inward school. धीरे धीरे रे मना धीरे सब कुछ होए. Slowly you learn the language of silence. Slowly you learn the language of connecting within. Slowly you learn to embed and disappear within. It happens slowly. So just keep at it. Keep attaching. Don't focus on detaching. Focus on attaching. Focus on attaching to your source. Because this is also the antidote to ego. Because ego is that which makes you feel separate from your source. And it says, seek outside. Seek outside. It's the one that prevents that embedding and disappearing in the source. That's all ego is. Ego makes you look outside. Ego makes you seek without. Because ego, if it turns inward, if you turn inward, the ego will eventually disappear. It's like the river merging in the ocean. Once the river merges in the ocean, who's to say, oh, this is the river, these are the drops of the river? So that attachment becomes so deep, so deep, so deep that you just disappear. All there is the ocean. So the antidote to attachment, the antidote to ego, is attachment to your source. Attaching, 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 embedding, 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 and disappearing, disappearing, disappearing. Use all your senses to glorify your source. Your source could either be called your spiritual father, your beloved loving father, or your beloved loving mother, or your father and mother, or your Atman, or yourself, whatever you call it. Attach, 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 embed, 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 disappear, disappear, disappear. all that seeking that's happening outside. Enroll yourself in the school, in the inward school that teaches to seek within, to find within. The guru is the teacher, mother is the teacher, father is the teacher. Become that child. Remember those days, those carefree, effortless days, prancing around like a little kid, worry free about meals, water, clothing, no worries. Can you be like that? If you can't, then misery is just waiting because you're seeking outside the refuge, the grand, the ultimate refuge of your loving Father can take care of everything. The antidote to attachment, the antidote to ego is attaching to the source. And remember, it's a school. You enroll in the school. Little by little, you invested 17, 20 years of your life to seek without, to learn how to seek without. At least give it few years to seek within. You have to. But you see, to seek without, you have to invest so many years. But to seek within, the mercy of the love of your father, of your mother, is so grand. That school goes fast. One academic year could be a few days. It's the intensity, it's the strength of your desire. How much do I want to depend? How badly do I want that refuge? How desperate am I to surrender completely? It depends on that. Let us all enroll in the school, in this inward school, seeking ultimate refuge, security within, and finding it within. Attach to your source. Embed within the source, and disappear within the source. Narayani, Namostute. Narayani, Namostute. Narayani, Namostute.